The voices of my mother's gods. I cannot hear them anymore. Not even a whisper.
They are lost. You will not see them or hear them ever again.
You lie, child. Or whatever you truly are behind that innocent face.
No, Jane Cassandra. I speak the truth. What remained of your mother's gods has been destroyed, and the power of creation has fled this grove. It will never return.
That power was dangerous. Better that it's gone.
No. It was precious. My mother searched for thousands of years, and this was the only remnant of her gods that she ever found.
The power in this forest might have been used to restore the old gods and all their servants to life. Not the twisted half-life that you gave them, Jane Cassandra. A true rebirth, as they were at the dawn of the world. But you called upon that power to destroy, not to create. You twisted the power of creation to your own ends, until all that was left was an empty shell, rotted from within. And now, it is gone.
And the Archons I fought in the forest? The ones that Jane restored to life?
Dead, wilted like blossoms, and scattered to the wind. When you slew the reborn god, all Jane's creations were undone. In time, the forest will recover, but it will be ordinary, no longer the Morn wield, with the power of creation at its heart.
The forest was already corrupted, even before Jane tried to call the Archons back to life.
The first time Jane called on the power of the old gods, it was to murder Hugh Montbaron 30 years ago. She knew she was misusing that power, but she was too full of anger, and she didn't care. After that, the Mournweald grew rotten and sick. All its potential for good was lost.
So she came back and made the same mistake a second time.
Yes, driven by anger again. So the Archons that she called back to life were nothing but monsters. It was the same for the Creator God. The creature that you fought was shaped by Jane's fury and guilt.
Guilt?
Yes, Jane Cassander. You can hide your remorse from yourself, but you cannot hide it from me.
Why did this power respond to Jane and no one else?
Jane's mother was first sister. When she died, her fire passed to Jane. The first sister stood at the right hand of her gods. Only pale shadows of their minds persisted in this grove, but they remembered her. That is why Jane saw her gods in visions and dreams, just as her mother did before her. And that is why Jane could unlock the power that was buried here.
We have a decision to make. What to do with Jane.
Not yet. There is one thing more. The other Archons did not lie. You died in this forest, and 30 years ago, you were given new life, here in this grove.
So the Creator Gods, whatever remained of them, they called me back to life.
That may be, yes.
If they gave me new life, it was just after Jane destroyed the Legion. The forest was already becoming corrupt.
Perhaps the Creator Gods knew they were doomed, and they wanted you to destroy them, to undo Jane's mistake. We'll never know for sure, but if that's true, then you've honored them.
And Jane? What of her?
Think of all the people who call this woman a saint. Do you truly want her blood on your hands?
I expect no mercy from the Legion. Do as you like.
Before I pass judgment on you, I want to know why you acted as you did. Honestly, and in your own words.
Why did I slaughter so many Legionnaires who had no part in killing my father, the king? I was young, full of anger. My father was dead by the Legion's hand. So I raised an army. I swore to avenge him myself, if I had to carve my way through every chapter house in Ebb. If the other Legionnaires had handed over Montbaron, I would never have hunted them down. But they were so stubborn, so loyal to their chief. That was wrong of me. I should not have punished the whole Legion for Montbaron's sin.
You're sorry for killing the Legionnaires, but not for killing Montbaron.
No, I would kill him again. He murdered my father, and I don't care what his reasons were. You asked for honesty. There you have it.
The Mournweald was sacred to your people, and especially to your mother. Why would you confront the Legion here?
Montbaron lured me to this place. Somehow, he knew what I was, and he knew that this forest was sacred to me. He believed that I would never dare to strike him down, not in the presence of my mother's gods.
He was wrong. You used the power of the Mornweald against him.
Montbaron was so arrogant, so sure that he'd outmaneuvered me. That smug look on his face, with no hint of remorse for what he'd done. That was what doomed him, most of all. I will never understand why the Forest allowed him to enter, when so many others were kept out.
Unless your gods meant to test you. Perhaps they wanted to know if your devotion to them was stronger than your rage.
I never thought of that. If that is true, then I failed them.
You've told me why you destroyed the Legion, but why fight a war with the Queen?
I will answer your question with one of my own. Do you believe that Rosalind would make a stronger queen than me? My father was a king, my mother a chief among her people and chosen of her gods. I have made mistakes, yes, but I know how to lead. And Rosalind, she has the heart of a lamb. Would you trust the rebuilding of this kingdom to a sheltered little girl?
If Rosalind falters, the Legion will keep the country whole.
Be careful. I hear the echo of Hugh Montbaron behind those words. Take too strong a hand, and the people will cast your Legion down again.
I have no more questions. I've made my decision.
And I am ready for your judgment, though I know what it will be.
No, you won't die today. I promised Rosalind that I'd spare your life.
Little Queen Mouse. I owe my life to that cringing girl. That is a fine irony. Am I to be your prisoner then? Paraded through the streets in a gilded cage?
Your life belongs to the Queen. We'll turn you over to the royal court, and Rosalind can decide your fate.
Rosalind is soft. She will lock me in a tower, perhaps, but I will hardly suffer at her hands. You are not the Legion I remember. They would have demanded blood for blood. No mercy in matters of law. I accept your judgment of me. Let the war between us end.
You are bound by your words, Jane Cassandra. The Legion has won, and you will trouble them no more.
It's over then.
For now, you deserve a rest, but it may be short-lived.
We need to build our strength and train more Legionnaires.
You will find many willing to join the Legion now. Even a few who might surprise you. And you will need them soon. The country is still divided, and the Legion has many old enemies who yet live. But you've shown yourself to be fair as well as strong. Whatever happens, the people of Ebb will stand behind you.
We should leave this place, no? Our future lies far from here.
We part ways then. I will be watching, and one day, I will see you again.
You bid farewell to the radiant youth, and he sent you back to our chapter house in Stonebridge, where I awaited your return. In the weeks that followed, news spread of Jane Cassandra's defeat. Her armies scattered, giving us time to rest and regroup. Martin Guiscard returned safely from the Spire, along with Meister Wolf and the Automaton army. Only a few weeks later, elections were held in Stonebridge. Meister Wolf, who had been so public in his support of the Legion, almost won the office of mayor. But he was defeated in the end. Many people had wanted the dapper old gent to hang. They resented the fact that the Legion had spared his life, and they blamed poor Wolf. After the humiliating events in the Foundry, Meister Castle was forced to resign as Guildmaster of Ironmongers. The Cyclopses negotiated a new contract for higher wages, and with the help of Meister Fiddlewick, formed a new workers' union. For the first time in 100 years, they were permitted to leave the Foundry and spend their newfound wealth in the markets and taverns of Stonebridge. Cyclopses are becoming an increasingly common sight in Stonebridge, and many believe that they will eventually take their place as equal citizens of the town. Archambault du Payen, formerly known as the Dapper Old Gent, proved a valuable addition to the Legion. His knowledge of Legion magic allowed us to retake control of the Sentinels that had long guarded our chapter houses and estates. But the Gent couldn't leave our chapter house without drawing an angry mob. His confinement started to drive him mad. So he returned to his beloved causeways, beneath an endless sky, and he dwells there still. With the reopening of the Heroes' Crypt, pilgrims returned to the Rukenval, and merchants followed. The following winter was harsh, just as Lazar Basili feared. But thanks to the trade from the south, the people of Ravensrill stayed warm and fed. When spring came, many more pilgrims arrived, and the town of Ravensrill grew wealthy again. Lazar and his people built a new stone wall around the town, and reclaimed their abandoned houses and farmsteads from the forest. It is a happy change of fortune for a long-suffering town. In his last letter to me, Lazar added one other piece of news. Gunderic Manor has a new mistress, a witch called Leona. The manor has become a gathering place for scores of Lescanzi witches, many of whom are apparently quite beautiful. Lazar reports that the young men of Ravensrill have also begun frequenting the manor, much to the irritation of their mothers and wives. Since the local men will not hear any talk of banishing the witches, it appears that Leona and her people have found a new home, which was perhaps what she intended from the start. Queen Rosalind abandoned Glitterdove, embarking on a tour of all the cities and towns of the West, meeting as many of her subjects as she could. The Queen showed all the energy of youth, and I think she fully expects to reunite the country in a matter of months, not years. Reality may not be so kind as Lord Devonsey has tried to make her understand. In truth, the future of this country depends more upon what we decide. If she doesn't have the Legion behind her, the Queen is only a single voice, well-meaning though she might be. As for Devonsey himself, I think the man was impressed by your decision to spare Jane Cassinder, as the Queen had asked. When he last visited Stonebridge, he spent a great deal of time in our chapter house. I believe he might actually be willing to rejoin our ranks, if we choose to accept him. Rajani and her sisters returned to Stonebridge, quietly and carefully disguised. Jane Cassinder's defeat affected them deeply, though not in the way I expected. Their devotion to Jane was replaced by a deep admiration for you. I think they see in you the leader they should have followed all along, and they have lately expressed a desire to join our ranks. I maintain my suspicion of any Archon who once followed Jane, but I believe that redemption is not impossible, even for them. Jane Cassinder was delivered into the hands of the royal court. Just as Jane herself had predicted, Rosalind treated her with compassion and respect. Perhaps the girl queen saw only Jane's royal blood, and she was desperate for some connection to the family she had lost. Jane was treated almost as a member of the court, a prisoner in name only. Many whispered openly that this was no justice at all. It was no surprise that it ended as it did. One morning, Jane Cassinder was found strangled in her bed, a noose around her throat. The noose, many said, that should have hanged her. Surrounded by men and women of the royal court who had suffered terribly at Jane's hands, it was impossible to find her killer, but that was not the greatest mystery of all. For Jane Cassinder had not been bound or restrained in any way. She should have been able to defend herself from her murderers, but she did not. As for the Legion, the rest of our story is yet to be told. We have a nation to reforge, a fellowship to rebuild, and old enemies who would see us destroyed. And we have questions to decide. Who will assume true power in Ebb if the nation is restored? And who will take the mantle of Grand Master? But these matters I leave for another chronicle and another time. Whatever happens, know that you will not face the future alone. The Legion will stand by you, always. We are the 10th Legion, exiles from a dying empire who founded the Kingdom of Ebb. For 400 years, we guided and protected our people. We gave them peace, prosperity, fair judgment. Some say it was the death of the old king that turned the people against us. But it was Jane Cassinder who took up the sword and drove us from our chapter houses and estates. I was not there for the final battle, when the last of our legion faced Jane Cassinder beneath the boughs of an ancient, hallowed tree. Nor do I know what power she called upon in that forest to murder my comrades and friends. After that, the forest was changed, twisted and ruined. Only Jane walked out of that place alive. 30 years have passed since the Legion was destroyed, and Ebb has suffered in that time. War rages without end between Jane Cassinder in the east and the royal family in the west. A few sons and daughters of the Legion remain. You are one of their number. We are the 10th Legion, exiles from a dying empire who founded the Kingdom of Ebb. For 400 years, we guided and protected our people. We gave them peace, prosperity, fair judgment. Some say it was the death of the old king that turned the people against us. But it was Jane Cassinder who took up the sword and drove us from our chapter houses and estates. I was not there for the final battle, when the last of our legion faced Jane Cassinder beneath the boughs of an ancient, hallowed tree. Nor do I know what power she called upon in that forest to murder my comrades and friends. After that, the forest was changed, twisted and ruined. Only Jane walked out of that place alive. 30 years have passed since the Legion was destroyed, and Ebb has suffered in that time. War rages without end between Jane Cassinder in the east and the royal family in the west. A few sons and daughters of the Legion remain. You are one of their number. I write to you, my young friend, with urgent news. I know your life in Stonebridge has not been easy. Ever since Jane Cassinder murdered your parents and all the other legionnaires in the city. But you've made a place for yourself at the Collegium. I'm told that you've already earned the rank of professor in the Department of Magic. I am happy for you, but not surprised. You are descended from the Grand Mage Merrick, and magic runs strong in your family. As the last survivor of the Legion, I've tried my best to keep your heritage a secret, especially from Jane Cassinder. But her spies are persistent, and I fear that they may be getting close. We cannot delay any longer. We still have a chance to join together, rebuild the Legion, and take our country back from Jane Cassinder before it's too late. The sons and daughters of the Legion are gathering in the north at the old Montbarron estate. I urge you to join us in the Valley of Rukenval as quickly as you can. Help us restore all that was lost. Your faithful friend, Odo.
Seems we have another rat trying to escape the trap.
I was afraid everyone else was dead. Are you all right?
I'm fine. But you seem familiar. Have we met before?
Yes, I met you in Stonebridge when you were a boy. Odo sent me there to keep an eye on you and make sure you were safe. My name is Martin Giscard, and I'm a friend of Odo's, and a son of the Legion like you.
I didn't see Odo upstairs. Could he still be alive?
I hope so. If he did get out, maybe some of the others are with him. Damn, they found us again. We can't wait any longer. I've set a trap. 3 kegs of gunpowder on the bridge below. Thought I'd cover my escape if they found me. All we need to do is light the fuses. Come on, to the bridge. Go on, light the fuses. 2 more to light. Hurry. And the last. The trap is sprung. Cover your ears.
The Mount Baron estate burned, and with it my dream of a reborn 10th Legion. Or so I thought. I did not know that you and Martin Guiscard had escaped the destruction. As you fled into the night, you bore with you the future of the Legion. Pursued by enemies, fleeing toward an uncertain fate, you made your way across the empty leagues of the Rukenval. Throughout the journey, you were driven by a single hope, that others had survived the devastation, and that they reached the safety of the Rukenval chapter house. It was a slender hope, to be sure, but even a small hope can warm a man in the cold dark of night. As long as you drew breath, the 10th Legion yet lived, but your foes pressed close about, hunting you. The fate of the Legion, the fate of Ebb itself, rested with you.
I know this part of the valley. We've come a long way. I think we're close to the old Legion chapter house. If any of our friends is still alive, that's where they'll be.
Tell me about the attack. What do you remember?
Odo sent letters to all the descendants of the Legion. He wanted to gather them here, train them as Legionnaires, and take back the country. Most had already arrived when the mercenaries found us. They surrounded the estate, must have killed the men who were on watch. They smashed through the windows and the doors, slaughtered everyone they could find. Then they set fire to the house.
How many people were in the estate when you were attacked?
Almost 40. All sons and daughters of the Legion. Some of them had fought in the wars, but the rest, they were no match for those soldiers. We can hope that a few survived, but most of them are dead. Our enemies didn't seem interested in prisoners.
Those mercenary soldiers, have you fought them before?
They were Leskanzi, I think. A wandering people, from the desert in the north. I have no idea who sent them here. Leskanzi will fight for anyone who pays them. No, our real enemy hasn't shown himself, or herself. Not yet.
That's enough about the attack for now.
Right. Maybe Odo can tell us more, if he's alive.
Let's keep moving. We can talk more later.
You're right. The chapter house isn't far. Follow me. If our enemies knew we were at the estate, they may have guessed that we'd make a run for the chapter house. No help for it, though. That's where we agreed to meet. We'll have to stay sharp. They could come for us anywhere, at any time. A military camp. Leskanzi by the look of it. Can't be a coincidence. Let's look around. We might find out what they're planning. There's a bounty on our heads. That means they know we're alive, and they're still hunting for us. There it is. The bridge to the chapter house. Another camp. They've hired a whole army. That's all of them. Let's head back to the chapter house. Come on. The chapter house is in the other direction. Looks like trouble up ahead.
Huh? What's this? Oh well. Looks like I'll make some decent coin for this job after all.
Out of the way. We have no business with you.
Spoken like a man of the 10th Legion. Arrogant and foolhardy. Lucky for me, I found you first. That means I'll get a handsome bonus for your heads.
Who's paying this bonus for killing Legionnaires?
I don't get paid for answering fool questions. I get paid for killing Legionnaires. Lively up, boys. It's time to earn some gold.
I've been shot by that bastard with the gun. If we're lucky, Odo is on the other side of this gate.
You're alive? Both of you? I thought I was the only one left.
Odo, you made it. But where are
the others? The men and women I've kept safe for 30 years. Dead. All of them.
You don't seem hurt. How did you get out?
I rounded up a few of our people. The only ones who hadn't been killed. Renaud, Hannah, and one of the twins from Drakenberg. Giles, I think. We jumped from the second floor of the house, made a break for the woods.
Tell me the rest.
Some of the mercenaries saw us. They fired their guns. I heard one of the others cry out. Then there were more Lescanzi in front of us. We tried to fight our way through. By the time it was over, the others were dead. All I could do was make my way here.
Who else could have survived? We need to find them.
My ward, Anджали. I sent her to keep watch for latecomers. She wasn't at the estate when we were attacked.
What about Lucas Montbaron? I didn't see him at the gathering. He wouldn't have known to meet us here, and he might still be alive.
And there's another survivor, too. The half-blood Lescanzi girl. I couldn't convince her to join us before, but things are different now. Might have been one or two others who hadn't arrived yet when we were attacked. Hard to say.
Odo, who is this ward of yours?
Anджали, my adopted daughter. She's unique. Has a foreign look about her. Resourceful girl. Learned that from me. Fights with a spear. She'll be hard to miss.
I thought the Montbarons were dead and gone.
All but one. Lucas is the youngest son of the old Grand Master, Hugh Montbaron. He was born just before the Legion's fall. Raised by friends of the Legion, passed from household to household to avoid Jane Cassinder's spies.
What do you know about the Lascanzi woman? You say she has Legion blood, but is she really on our side?
She'll be a delicate problem. I don't expect her to join us. Not yet.
We can't trust her, Odo. She's unpredictable, undisciplined, and...
Doesn't matter. If there's Legion blood in her veins, she's family. I won't forsake her.
If they're alive, I'll find them. Martin, you'd better stay here.
I agree. You're bleeding, Giscard, and you can barely stand up. I'll do what I can for Martin, but he'll be no help to you, not like this. I'm sorry. You'll be on your own until you find the others.
I'll do this alone, then.
Head for the town of Ravensrail. Just cross the bridge and turn right at the crossroads. Try to find Lazar Basili, the town boyar. He's an old friend and he'll help us if he can. And be careful. Those mercenaries are still here in the valley. Keep your eyes sharp and come back safe.
You're with the Legion. Maybe my luck isn't as wretched as I thought.
What are you doing out here?
I was trying to haul some goods south to Stonebridge, but the whole valley's crawling with Lascanzi mercenaries. A whole pack of them set on me up the road and stole my wagon.
I have a score of my own to settle with these mercenaries. I'll get your wagon back.
You may have just saved me from debtor's prison, friend. Don't think I won't repay this kindness. Get my merchandise back, and I'll reward you. And of course, you'll get a discount on anything you might want to buy. That'll teach those thugs to harass innocent merchants on the road. You have my thanks, and I suppose I can offer you this as well. If you're looking to buy, just step on up to the wagon and have a look. I'll give you a good price.
You're a Legionnaire, aren't you? Bad idea coming here.
Why would you say that? Is there trouble in the village?
The Rill is an occupied town. I'm not sure how you got this far with all the Lascanzi about.
I dealt with some mercenaries. They were a nuisance, nothing more.
Won't matter. The Lascanzi have the village surrounded, and they've fortified the upper town. It's a lost cause.
Do you know where I can find Lazar Basili?
No, I haven't seen him. Not since the mercenaries got here. Some of the folk in town may know more, but I doubt they'll tell you.
And why is that?
They're scared. The Lascanzi have already killed one of our constables, and now they're asking a lot of questions about Legionnaires. Everyone knows the Legion is finished. It would be foolish to help you.
Are you going to let me pass, or not?
I've no orders to stop you. Open the gates! You can come and go as you please. I'll not stop you.
Is it true? The old estate was burned to the ground?
Please, I just want to be left alone. Can't a widow grieve in peace?
I'm trying to find Lazar Basili, the town boyar.
Forget about Lazar. He's probably dead, like my Vaclav.
How did your husband die?
The mercenary filth marched in and took over the Rill. My husband Vaclav was a constable here in town. Vaclav spoke out against the invaders, and one of the bastards ran him through without a second thought. Murdered him in cold blood. A curse on all Lascanzi.
This murderer needs to be brought to justice. Who was it?
I heard the others cheer his name. Boris, as he... I beg you, Legionnaire, avenge this wrong. Avenge my husband!
I met Boris in the forest. He won't assault anyone again. Ever.
The peace I sought was not for me. With his death avenged, Vaclav's soul will find its way to the river. There exists a debt between us now, Legionnaire. One of blood and kin. What can an old woman do to repay such a debt?
Killing a man is not worthy of reward, even a cur such as Boris. Keep your belongings, Ludmila.
Such nobility in these troubled times? I'll not argue with your choosing, but know this. Ludmila will always consider you as kin.
I need to know where I can find Lazar Basili.
Ah, Lazar. Haven't seen him since the Lascanzi arrived. He may be dead, but Grigori would know for certain. Those two are thick as thieves.
I must go.
Farewell.
I heard Lascanzi witches use human bones for some of their black magic.
Perhaps the Legion isn't finished after all.
I should have moved to Stonebridge when I had the chance.
I'm sorry to hear about the attack on the Mont Baron estate. My father spoke highly of the family.
I seen the woman in charge of the Lascanzi up close. Her eyes blazed like a forge at midnight, I tell you.
You're in danger. I can help you, but we must be discreet. Pretend that you know me. We're old friends, yes? Or even lovers, perhaps.
Whatever trick you're trying to play, it's not going to work. Move aside.
Would you judge me so quickly on account of my blood? Not every Lascanzi woman is a devious witch, scheming to enchant a man's heart. This town is a trap. An army of Lascanzi mercenaries is hiding in the upper rill, behind the walls. More of them are in the forest outside of town. They wait for you, and for your friends. The woman who hired them, she's not taking any chances.
You're a Lascanzi. You'd betray your own people?
I decide who my people are and who they are not. My loyalty does not come at a price.
So the mercenaries were hired by a woman. Do you know who she is?
I won't speak her name, not when she's so close. You might think me foolish, but better foolish and safe than brazen and dead.
I'm listening. Tell me the rest.
Follow the western road out of town. My sister is waiting for you in a cave there. Her name is Leona. You would do well to speak to her.
You said I'd do well to speak with her. Why?
You are looking for your comrades, yes? Men and women of Legion blood. If any of them survive the attack, they are prisoners now. My sister will know where to find them.
Very well. I'll find your sister and see what she has to say.
We shouldn't be seen together. I'll take a different path and meet you later, if I can.
News of your deeds spread quickly throughout the town. Perhaps the Legion is not as feeble as the Lascanzi would have us believe. I know you've been asking about Lazar. Turns out he had some correspondence with a rather elusive legionnaire, someone called Odo. That did not sit well with the woman who hired the Lascanzi. She locked poor Lazar in one of the holding cells beneath the town hall.
How do you know about this alleged correspondence with the Legion?
I wrote most of the letters myself. I have been Lazar's clerk for almost 20 years now.
The town hall? And where is that?
It is in the upper part of town, but you'll not be able to reach it. The Lascanzi have fortified the upper town, and they are letting no one inside.
The Legion doesn't abandon its allies. Lazar will have his freedom.
If you truly mean to save Lazar, I am at your service. What would you have me do?
Carry a message to Odo in the old Legion chapter house. Tell him what's happened to Lazar.
If it will aid my friend, I shall do as you ask. You'd best be off before any Lascanzi brigands spot us conspiring against them.
I heard that everyone in the Legion was killed, yet here you stand. Perhaps you can help me. When the Lascanzi took the town, one of their leaders stole something of great importance. I'd like the Legion to get it back.
I'll find your property if I can. Do you know the name of the thief?
They called him Ottokar, I think. He camps with the rest of the mercenary scum in the forest to the west.
Good day to you, friend. Come to peruse Petru's fabulous shop of wonderment and mystery? You shan't regret it, I vow.
What exactly are you selling here?
Magic, of course, sir. The finest sorceries a fellow can buy, distilled into talismans, amulets, and gewgaws of all description. Admittedly, my stock is a bit low, just at the moment, but what I have is of the finest quality.
How are you able to do business here with Lascanzi controlling the town?
How am I? Why, by selling to the Lascanzi, of course. They're the best customers I've had in ages. Normally, I earn my coin selling in bulk to Florin the merchant, but these mercenaries are quite content to buy directly from my shop.
I see. That seems like a pragmatic way to make a living.
My mother is Lascanzi. Pragmatism is in my blood.
Let me see your wares.
Of course, sir, of course. Step right up and have a look at the stall.
These Lascanzi brutes have been eyeing my daughter. I don't like it. Kill a few of the Lascanzi dogs for me, huh? Have a care with all that boot stomping. You'll scare the fish.
If the fish aren't biting here, why not find another spot?
I don't need to find another spot. I know the best fishing hole in the valley. Problem is, I just can't fish there no more. Something nasty took up residence in my favorite pond. Last time I tried to drop a line there, it nearly killed me.
I'm a legionnaire. Is there anything I can do to help?
Not sure why you'd want to tangle with that thing, but if you can put it down, I'd be happy as a fly in the outhouse. Of course, I'd need proof it was dead. One of its teeth should do the trick.
Where can I find this creature?
Head east out of town and look for a pond to the south. That's where you'll find the beast. Here, take some of my secret bait with you. When you find the pond, toss it in the water. The smell seemed to draw it out last time.
Legion isn't finished after all.
You're still alive? Maybe you're tougher than you look. Is the lousy beast dead?
It's dead. Here's one of its teeth.
Well, call me a Krug-loving mule. I can't believe it. I'm guessing you'll be wanting that reward, then.
You obviously need the coin, Jakob. I only ask you speak kindly of the Legion in the future.
Truly? Maybe you Legionnaires aren't so bad after all. You and me should go fishing sometime.
I'll leave you to your work.
Right. See you around.
I hope you have news. Did you find my statue?
Indeed. I believe this belongs to you.
Excellent. You've renewed my faith in the Legion, to be sure. This is the part where you ask for a reward, yes?
You've been robbed once today, Anton. I'm not going to make you pay for your own property.
Well spoken. I would have taken the gold, but perhaps that is why I'm not a Legionnaire.
Farewell, Anton.
And a good day to you, Legionnaire.
Good you've come. I was beginning to fear my sister was too late, and you were killed or taken by the others.
I was told you had some information that would be useful.
Straight to business, then. Pity. You weren't the only one to escape the slaughter at the estate, but the others were soon recaptured or slain.
Please, tell me more. Time may be short.
I offer you this. A key that will open the prisoners' cages. If you hurry, they might still be saved.
Very well. I'll accept your gift. And if it turns out to be genuine, you'll have my thanks.
I am pleased to see I was right about you. Go now. It would be better if I were elsewhere. Perhaps we'll speak again after this affair is finished.
It seems the Dark Sister smiles on us. She has brought the last of the wayward children to us.
Release your prisoners and leave in peace, and I'll spare your lives.
You are a bold one, but I'm afraid not. I fear my employer far more than I fear you, little Legionnaire. But now that you are here, you have saved us the trouble of hunting you down.
Thank you. Are you a Legionnaire too? I knew there must be a few of us left. Wasn't sure you'd find me here though. At least not in time.
We need to get you out of here. You should be safe to head back to the chapter house.
Guess I owe you one. All right, I'll meet you at the chapter house. And be careful.
Help! Over here! Thank you for releasing me. I underestimated these witches. It looks like a simple cage, but it's not. I tried to burn my way out. Somehow it's proof against fire.
You tried to set your cage alight?
I've always been able to call fire at will. When I was young, I thought I was its source, but it's stronger when my purpose is clear. I tried to burn the bars of the cage, but the metal stayed cold, nor could I project flames from inside. Laskanzi witchcraft, it must be. Now that I'm free of that cage, they'll need to jump into water if they want to escape my flames.
Did the Laskanzi take you unaware?
No. Odo sent me to keep watch for stragglers, anyone late to the gathering. I was in town when the Laskanzi attacked. Witch magic painted their army as shadows and quieted their steps, but I saw them. It was my cries that alerted the town. The townspeople fled. I was alone, outnumbered, but I chose to attack. I don't even know why.
The mercenaries came here to ravage and kill. You wanted to see them punished.
Yes, you're right. I fought the Lascanzi not as a soldier, but as an executioner. They'd come to destroy the Legion. The idea that even one among them should escape ignited me. I swore to burn all that I could, and did.
You have a foreign look. Are you descended from the Legion?
Not from the Legion, no. Odo believes that I am an Archon, a creature out of myth. It sounds ridiculous, I know. And if it's true, then where are all the others of my kind? He found me, not far from here, when I was a child. He says that I was unique, a sign of hope to him. Those are his words, not mine. But I tried to live up to them.
Odo and Martin are waiting. They sent me to find survivors.
Odo is alive? Take me to him. I promise I can hold my own if it comes to a fight.
Certainly handled that with more aplomb than I expected. Bravo, my dear. Now then, since you've accomplished your goals, I wonder if you wouldn't be willing to do me a favor.
How did I know you were going to want something out of me?
Oh, come now, darling. After all I did for you, you can certainly spare a little time to help dear Leona. I have come into possession of a key that opens the gates of Gunderic Manor. I need a big strapping man to go in ahead of me and make it safe. So naturally, I thought of you, my dear.
All right, give me the key. I'll go look into it.
Wonderful. Such generosity deserves an immediate reward, so I'll tell you what I know of those who hunt you. The attack on the Montperin estate, Lisconzi mercenaries did the bulk of the fighting, but their leader was a woman named Rejani.
That's not much to go on. Can you tell me anything about her?
I do not know who she is, or perhaps what she is more apropos, but she has great wealth behind her. She hired half the Lescanzi clans in southern Ebb and marched them here to stop you, to stop the Legion from being reborn. You might be interested to learn that she has bivouacked herself in the town hall. If you desire vengeance, that is where you should go.
If she's that powerful, I could use more assistance than just her name.
She is powerful, but I am not without my own power. Deliver Gunderic Manor to me, and I may just have something for you to even the field. Here then, take the key. I will see you again after the manor's current residents have been evicted. That door leads back to the forest. May the Dark Sister go with you, and the faithful hound guard your path.
There you are. I wanted to thank you for trusting me. in spite of my Lescanzi blood.
Where will you go now?
I will rejoin my family, dearest. Hardship though it will be to part from you. I do hope to see you again soon, but for now
More enemies. They know we're here.
The mercenaries are returning from Raven's Rill. They are looking for you, I think.
I can deal with them easily enough.
Then I wish you good fortune. Faithful Hound protect you, and perhaps we shall meet again.
This is an evil place. It should be burned to the ground.
Help me.
Did you hear that? Was that a woman's voice?
This way! You are alive? It's been so long. I'm so alone here. Please help me. I've been trapped here so long.
I was told that this manor was dangerous. Are there other spirits here, like you?
The others, they're bound to my father by loyalty. Defeat him, and they will be free. I am different, trapped, held by something powerful and old. Please, will you destroy it? It speaks in ancient whispers, calling me back from the River of Souls. It's in the vault, the lower level. Take this, a key to the east wing. The vault is there, down below. It is sealed. You will need to find a way inside.
How can I enter the vault? Where is the key?
Only Father knows. Search his study. If there is a key, it will be there. Beware. My father's men will try to stop you. They are loyal to him, even beyond death.
The password is Nagog.
Welcome back, Master.
The odds are against us here. are opening a gate, conjuring some kind of guardian. Careful. I know what this is. Odo told me the story of this thing. He called it the Heart of Nagog.
I remember from the book we found upstairs. It's an artifact shaped by a creator god.
Yes, the heart holds sway over the souls of the dead. It can bind them to this world.
So this is why Alice Gunderic is still trapped in the manor. If we destroy the heart, we'll set her free.
And what else will happen? The heart is the work of a god, one that fell from heaven for reasons that no one knows. Lord Gunderic was wrong to bring it here, even if his intentions were good.
I don't think we should touch this thing.
I feel the same. The heart is alive somehow, and its spirit is hateful and impure.
Legion returns. Come to avenge my treachery, have you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You think me a traitor? That I hid here while the Legion fought and died? I see it in your soul. You are a pitiful shadow of what the Legion once was. You will not pass judgment on me!
My, but you do continue to impress me. First my sister witches, and now Lord Gunderic, dealt with as handily as unruly children. And you found me a delightful new toy. I heard rumors that the heart of Nagog was somewhere in the Rukenval, but I never dreamed it was here. It's almost enough to make a girl entertain certain thoughts. Almost. I do wish I could entertain you properly, but I have so much to do here, so I must, sadly, ask you to leave my manor.
I'll let you stay here for now, but this is a Legion stronghold. When the Legion is rebuilt, we'll be taking it back.
I see. Well, I suppose I must commend your loyalty to your cause. Are you sure you won't reconsider?
This manor is Legion property. It will remain in Legion hands.
Ah, well. I promised you a reward, and so you shall have it. Here, I believe you've more than earned this. Now, I really must ask you to leave me to my work. If you wish, I can transport you outside the manor's grounds to speed you on your way.
Very well. Send me outside.
But of course, my dear. The Dark Sister protect you on your journey.
and be judged.